Hello everybody. This is going to be an SGC blind reveal. It's actually the pre-reveal because I still have to send everything off and get it graded. So when I get the stuff back, I'll do an update video. But I'm Elms, that's what the world calls me, on Net54, the great baseball card collecting site, Jolly Elm, which is a play on a Jimmy Buffett tune, Jolly Man. So that's where you can find me. I'm into trading. I don't really sell, but you know, if for some reason you need to contact me, hit me up. This is what I call flip mining. That's when you dig through all of your binders and shoe boxes and stacks of top loaders in search of potential gems to be sent off and graded. Of course, with these, gems is an overstatement because these are more leftovers. It's cards, with a couple exceptions, that I never sent during one of the group subs I was involved with. So they didn't live up to the hype, so I left them behind, but now I'm going to send them out. I'm going with SGC for a couple of reasons. Number one, the lightning turnaround time. I mean, with PSA, it takes a light year to get your submissions back. Yeah, I understand that light year is a measure of distance and not time, but you know what I'm saying. How about this? You could travel the distance that light travels in a year on foot, and when you finish walking those 5.88 trillion miles, your PSA order still won't be back. Whoa. I was told there'd be no science in this video. Anyway, they get them back to you right away, so that's great. Boom, you send them off, you get them back. So I'm gonna walk through these. I took some notes on things. Important note is that I'm like a hand-to-mouth grader guy. Like when I'm looking at cards, I'm looking at them, I'm putting them under light, maybe a magnifying lens, but that's it. No loops or anything. So whatever grades I think they're going to get, it's probably going to be lower. But I truly believe a magnifying lens is a card's worst enemy, because you could be looking at something like one of these guys that looks like Miss America, looks like it's a beauty queen. But then when you put it under a magnifying lens, it turns out to look like Rosie O'Donnell. So keep that in mind, that I'm just kind of going hand to mouth, I call it, grading. Okay, here we go. These are Laughlin World Series cards from 1967. They're tough to grade. These are the ones with the address on the back if you're into these. There's not a lot of people collect them, so they're tough to find. They're not valuable, but I'm trying to get a complete set graded overall, so I'm sending these out. They're tough to assess grade-wise because they're on thin stock. There's no gloss, there's nothing like that, nothing protecting them. And when Mr. Laughlin cut them, he did it himself with most likely a paper cutter. So there's little things like, almost like ridges sometimes, that naturally comes with the motion of doing a paper cutter. So I'm hoping I grabbed 3 that I think are beauties. So I'm hoping for more, but I think I'm gonna guess 7s, just to me that's low, but I'll keep these at 7. Next we have 2 Johnny Bench second-year cards. This is a real coveted card. Everyone loves this sucker. The centering, it's a little low. It's not great. To me, these are centered beautifully. I love it. But people these days, they get their calipers out and all that, so they'll say, well, no, that's 6139. That won't work. I have a little more optimism with them, but I'm guessing, show the backs, they really are nice. There's a tiny bit of corner bump here and there. It's not nothing to sneeze at though. So I'm gonna think maybe this one, the one will get a 6 and possibly a 7, but maybe I should just say maybe both 6s. We'll see. This is a beautiful card. This is 66 Sandy Koufax. The problem, you can't see it. Maybe if I call this scangling, where you tilt it in the light to scan it. But there's right here, the AX, there's like an indentation in the gloss, nowhere else. It looks naturally occurring. I really don't imagine it was something else. But, so I'm not sure what that's going to do to it. It's centered pretty nicely. The corners are beautiful. It's just a real nice looking card. So I'm going to guess a 5 or a 6 on that one, which saddens me, but that's life. Orlando Cepeda rookie card. I mean, it's a rookie card. You got to send it. This one isn't so great. There's like corner bumps. There's some grooves. There's problems in the gloss. There's actually a natural groove right down the middle. It's just in the gloss. Again, it looks natural, but I'm not sure what they're going to do to this, or I don't know. High hopes. I have none, but it's, you know, it's a Hall of Fame rookie card, so you got to do it. And I'm just going to guess a 4. This one hurts. This was in my binder for 100 years. It's a Mick card, and obviously, and it just, it's a scratchy surface. There's surface wear in the face. There's corner wrinkles. It's all sorts of stuff happening there. So pull it out. You can see, you know, there's definitely stuff, and the biggest problem is right in his face, right right between the eyes is all this white, I guess, wear, surface wear. So I don't have a lot of high hopes for that. I'm gonna say a 2. This one, all sorts of issues. It's the Mantle 54 Bowman, another great card to have, but you know, there's my Bills. I love my Bills. It's a lot of, it's rough, it's wear. I'm not sure if it's been altered, like maybe soaked or something. I'm not sure, but the corners are really bad. There's sort of divots in it. It looks nice. Like if this is in a binder, you're like, all right, cool. But to get graded, it's going to be low. So I'm thinking it might just get an authentic, possibly a 1. Not really sure. I have 2 Johnny Bench rookie cards. This one, because I love shit like this, it just, it's way off cut. So it's showing a part of another card on it, which, you know, I love this stuff. The other guy is Fritz Peterson. I don't know if any Yankees fans, but he was one of the wife swappers from the early 70s Yankees. That's a fun story. Look that one up. So this one, I'm on the form, I'm putting authentic. So I just wanted it to come back authentic. So that's that. But this one, I paid a lot of money for. Not this. I have no idea what that number is. But I definitely paid a good amount for this, with the centering, everything else. The corner here is bumped a bit. So I think that's going to cost me. So I'm not really sure what that's going to be. I gotta go low on this just to try to be safe. I'm going to guess a 5. But again, I have no clue what they're going to do. Pete Rose. This is a beautiful card. It's real sweet. And what's bizarre is it's a 1971 that is actually too big. It's like wider than it should be. Normally, whenever you see a miscut type of card, it's too short, and evidence of trimming, that kind of thing. This one's wider, which is nice. It's centered really nicely. So the only problem that I could see is right there. The one corner has a bump, has a white spot. So that sucks. This would be like one for the record books if it didn't have that. But I guess to be safe, I'm going to say a 7. If you had to find a pack fresh card, this is a vintage card. This is the closest you would find. This is pack fresh. I have all my hopes in this card, and I know it's going to screw me in the end, because who knows that the SGC has that machine where it's almost like a black light machine. They put cards in it, and it reveals things that your human eye can't see. And that fucking thing is going to destroy me, I'm sure. But I'm really hoping for an 8 on this one. But I'll have to guess a 7. But if it's not an 8, then it's not going to be a 7. There's going to be some hidden thing. So it probably will be down to a 6 or lower. Who knows? But it's beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. This is a white letter variation. The strange thing about this one, it's real nice. I mean, tiny bits of touches on the corners. But on Kreider's chin, there's a bump. Again, it's a naturally occurring bump. It looks like that's what happened. It's in the gloss. It's just a bump. So I'm not sure how much that's going to screw me over. But I'm going to guess a 6 on this one. White letter variations, I love variations, so it's nice to have. This is a monster of a card. The 1973 Alkaline Band-Aid Bandage variation. I couldn't send this to PSA with any of their specials because value limit. I mean, even low grades of these are, selling $1,000 or whatever. I mean, it's crazy expensive. This is the last one I have. It's definitely some issues. It's, the corners are a little grinded down a bit, and here on the corner, it's a corner bend. I wouldn't call it a crease, but a corner bend. So it's not so great, but it's something you have to get it graded. So, and I'm gonna make a notation to them that, hey, it's a Band-Aid variation. Put it on the holder. We'll see if that works. This is pocket pretty again. It looks great in the binder, but once you take it out, the problems become readily evident. And with this guy, it's great gloss. The centering's off, obviously. That doesn't bother me much. But it's real nice. I mean, gloss and everything. But some freaking fuck of a schmuck wrote MR on the back in the orange and then tried to erase it. So I'm not sure what this is going to do. If it's going to, does that count as being altered because it was erased? I'm not sure how that works. So I'm going to predict just an authentic, possibly a 1. I just don't know. The Nolan Ryan card, another 71. It's early in his career. He's on the Mets with the RC Cola in the background. It's just a great card. People love this card. It's centered nicely side to side. Top to bottom, it's off. So you just kind of have to get it graded. Put it in a holder, get it protected. My guess on this one, I'm going to say a 4. But I don't think, it's probably not going to happen. So let's revise that and say a 3 or a 4. Even though it looks nice. This is a card you'd love to have in your set binder. Another one that you need to have graded is Mike Schmidt rookie card. Off center as they all are. I mean, is there a single vintage card that isn't fucking off centered? This one, the problems, besides the centering, I mean, it's nice overall. It's a nice card to have, but there's some chipping, which I'm not sure if that counts as paper loss. The back is way off center, top to bottom, but you could still see the black. There's chipping, so I'm not sure what that's going to do. Does that count as paper loss? I don't know. So I'm just going to give a wide range. I'm going to say from a 1 to a 4. But, maybe it'll be a 3. Who knows? I'm not sure how chipping is handled. All right, 2 last ones before I bore you to death. Willie Mays card. Again, pocket pretty. It looks nice as hell. It is pretty nice as hell. Just, corner touches. It's centered, it's pushed up. So to people into centering big time, that's a big problem right away. So again, it seems like every card I'm guessing the same thing. I'm going to say a 4. I want more, but who the hell knows? And lastly, this is out of the rubbish heap. Just when you're flip mining and digging for stuff, I'm like, this thing's doing no good sitting in a top loader, so let's just get it graded and see what happens. This one also has chipping on the side here. It's like, I think you might have to call that paper loss, right? I don't know. It's wear, but does it cross over into paper loss? I'm not sure. And this, I'm gonna say a 3. Who knows? Oh, you'll notice my fingernails are cut. Don't you hate when you're watching videos and the fucker just has these disgusting nails, like he's waiting to scoop up another hit of coke? I mean, come on. Rule number 1 in doing these videos: cut your freaking nails. All right, well, that's it. When I get the grades back, I'll finish this video with an absolute blind reveal. And you want to contact me, I'm there. Jolly Elm. It's at Net54. Great site if you're not a member. You talk baseball cards all day long. All right, bye.